Is this a very good book? Excuse me. Oh man.
Um,
Ah. I
God,
thought about making a coffee.
is how I feel about it spoilers? Um,
For me, is it spoilers for me?
yeah, it's not spoilers for Saint because he's read it. Um, I am reading as quickly as I can because I want it to be over. That is not a commentary on the quality. That is a commentary. I paused because I didn't know if your feed had frozen.
And you're listening to WMFB, Bloodwork FM. This is WMFB, Bloodwork FM. And you're listening to
And the characters
Bloodwork FM.
present are so disagreeable from a theoretical standpoint and an inhabiting standpoint that I'm like, I just want to get rid of these people. That is not an opinion which I think would be universally shared.
Okay. What is
Yeah.
okay.
Let's talk about what's actually let's talk about the book where we're at now.
What are the inhibitors?
What's up?
What's up? That's you have a zip on that?
What the inhibitors are?
I
mean,
well
I've read this book, so like I can answer that.
How far along are you now?
Me?
You said, no, Dave.
I
13.
have finished chapter 13.
Okay, yeah. I don't. Have they said inhibitor? Talked
Yes.
about the inhibitors yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've forgotten what they said. I don't, my mind is a blank. As
Does
like,
the Dawn War mean anything to you?
Yeah. So far,
yes.
yeah. No, I looked again just now. I was like, what? They haven't told us anything about what the inhibitors are, except that they are the survivors of the Dawn War.
Okay.
They are all that is left over from the very first Stellaris or Master of Orion game ever played in the galaxy.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Where a whole bunch of civilizations about 1 billion years ago started coming off of their planets and started running into each other. And then a billion-year war or 10 million year. It said the war was mercifully short. It was like 100 million years long or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Could have been longer.
It's short in the life cycle of like stars and galaxies. Entire star systems and clusters of stars were used as like weapon systems.
Right. Yes.
This was like some real like Dark Forest shit, like scalar weapons, manipulation of space-time as a weapon, starting to do stuff that like the concept of like weapon sort of starts to become questionable, because it's just like, well, we're just kind of changing the nature of reality in the area that you exist so that you stop existing. Is that a weapon or is it engineering?
Yeah.
Is building a highway across an anthill deploying a weapon against that
is the
anthill?
current state of like American capitalism a weapon, or is it?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
actually.
But like, is it pointed at American society?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
You're asking these like rhetorical questions, but I'm just going to answer yes.
Yeah. Well, that's the Alistair Reynolds dialogue. Is the conversation we just had.
Yeah.
All of his there's a fucking everybody's like they talk like they're in a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Yes, I do suppose that it is time that we had better leave because the bomb's about to go off.
Yes.
Like they're like, fuck a bomb.
Their styles of speaking are very
Quippy.
yeah, not even quippy necessarily, just there are some very stilted styles, and some very
Yeah, the
a
stiltedness.
lot of people saying stuff like very matter of factly.
Yeah, I can give a lot
It
of
it has to. Sorry, go ahead.
I give a lot of grace for like these people are a long time from now in the future. I would expect their dialogue to be a little different. Like I can be like,
Sure.
yeah, I can kind of hand wave that. Um, but then they're also just they're always making these incredibly dry British jokes to each other, and my parents are English, like I dig this, but like it's like oh yes, our lives do seem to be in terrible danger. Hmm. Oh well.
Yes, quite.
I find the way
Perhaps we
that
should leave. I thought you'd never ask.
Kuri and Kuvi and Miss Souvlaki speak to each other in a
Yeah,
particularly polite fashion for
they do.
people
Yeah.
It's like
whom
they're
one is a
dancing.
captive of the other and the other is plotting to destroy the plans of. Kuri
Yeah.
does some. Well, I mean, it seems like she's laid down an extensive series of lies in this recent chapter about
Yeah.
what she's up to what's the Russian lady's name?
Volyova.
Souvlaki, Jesus Christ.
You're so bad.
Man,
Ilya
Volyova.
Volyova.
But
Volva.
the names and words in this are out of control.
They're not that bad. You're out of
Revelation.
Oh, it's me.
Space.
Yeah, we got Volyova, Sajaki, and Hezbollah.
Hegazi.
Hegazi.
Higazi.
Abdul Hegazi.
Yeah. Fugazi.
It's an Iranian name.
Higazi is barely recognizable as a human man.
I find the triumvirate fascinating.
When he smiles, you can barely tell that he's
Yeah.
smiling because he's got so much shit stapled onto his face.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Is Appleseed the show where the girl's got a robot for a boyfriend? Is there a robot man? Is that Appleseed? Anyway,
Maybe.
FLCL, maybe?
I'm
Haven't
picturing a
Haven't seen Appleseed.
certain anime robot face. I'm not sure.
I want to know how three people got. I mean, I understand their relationship to the captain, but like, how did three people end up in control of a 4-kilometer long mega ship?
Yeah, is that uncommon?
Like, how does that? It doesn't seem to be.
It almost has it mentioned
Well,
that these things are
the,
very lightly crewed usually.
No. Usually
Okay.
they have much bigger crews.
Oh,
You know, the only other light hugger full of ultras that I can remember getting like a real good look at in any
Okay.
of his
Yeah.
other books are also extremely screwed up.
Yeah.
Those are if you remember, Mark, those are the guys in Absolution Gap.
with the coffin.
Yeah, and the absolutely insane captain who is like, she's like, I can only feel things when you stick meat hooks through my flesh, and she like makes clones of herself so she can torture herself to death over and over again.
She's not okay.
And she's not okay, and
That's bad.
and basically everybody
That's
in her
unhealthy
crew,
behavior.
yeah, basically everyone in her crew also knows that it's not okay.
Oh.
That they're like, okay, this is not healthy behavior. But it's yeah, well, but like
You don't end up a starship captain or like a CEO, and you're okay.
Without having problems.
without having some problems.
Just recently in this book, they've like established that this crew is weirdos.
Yeah, this crew is
militant and paranoid.
This crew is extra weird because they have a big old pile of hell class weapons that they pulled out of an asteroid somewhere
From before history, maybe?
They have a captain who is
a blob?
older than anybody has any right to be.
And is like kind of a plague mush.
Yeah,
Kind of a
kind of a
plague
plague
mush.
bush. Like he's still there. Voliovis still talks to him, and he still
Yeah.
like recognizably understands like what's kind of going on, even if it's not all that
Spotty.
well and spotty. But
I had a dream last night in which I was in a ship and there was ship slime, and I would like to thank you, gentlemen, for the opportunity
Yeah,
to have that
ship
experience.
slime.
nice.
Ship slime.
Yeah, this is a wet,
Alright.
slimy ship.
This is an
Yeah.
extremely slimy ship. So, I mean,
Kind of evil as shit.
I like the idea of like a ship that has sort of like self-repair kind of mechanics to it. Like, and you imagine like for a ship that like is going to be flying through space on its own for
Yeah.
years at a time
Everybody asleep.
with
Yeah.
with like 90% of the people asleep.
Yeah.
It's like it better be able to fix itself because there's nowhere to stop.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to stop. And it's like, even if you wanted to stop, there's no stopping. We're traveling at 99.9% of the speed
Right. You
of
can't
light.
slow down.
You got to flip over and slow down. It's going to take
Yeah.
another 4 years to slow down, whatever. So,
Bunch of stoners and reefer sleep.
yeah, stoners. I've been calling it yellow stoner culture because I wasn't sure if I remembered it right, but yeah, they're all stoners.
They're the stoners, yeah.
The stoner culture.
Stoner
I also
culture.
like that they're like, oh yeah, they're ship rats. And I like that
Yeah.
Voliova mentions that she doesn't know if any other ships have them.
Yeah.
She's like, this ship has ship rats. Definitely. Do other
Yeah.
ones?
Like, I don't know. This ship definitely does. And they're rats that are genetically engineered, and some of them have like cybernetics installed in them so that
Mhm.
they're part of the ship. They're
Yeah.
part of the ship's
Yeah, they're
cleanup
part of the
and
ship.
immune system. They eat the garbage and then go shit in reclamation tanks.
Yeah.
Useful type of animal to have around.
Oh yeah.
And she has a few programmed to be slightly more intelligent so that they'll notice when things in the ship change.
Come tell her.
Yeah, come tell her.
Yeah, shit starts going wrong. Shit is constantly going wrong for Voliova. Chapter 13. That's when Sujik. That's not Sujik. Who's the other one?
Sajaki?
Kajava.
Oh no. Yeah.
Kajava. I'm reading these. I'm not listening to them, so I have no idea how her name is said. It's a extremely Norse-looking name, extremely Scandinavian-looking name.
When they're doing the exercise with the suits, which are fucking
the two ladies.
Is at the very end. Yeah,
there's Sujik and there's
Sujik, and it's spelled Kjarval. So in my mind, it's pronounced
Yarvel.
Kjarval.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was going with it too, but
I don't recall how the reader pronounces it, but
she likes her suit too much.
Yeah, and the suits are fun. The suits are basically
not enough.
I remember in the back of my mind these suits, and this must be why I want to play a Baylor in Lancer game, because that's basically what these things are. It's basically like I'm wearing like a gigantic blob of nano bots.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a gigantic blob of nanobots with like jetpacks and like a zillion fucking guns that pop out of nowhere.
It's an Iron Man suit, but like much better.
Well, they're described as very sleek, and there are like, I don't remember too much, but there's some nanite Iron Man suits. I feel like maybe about 10 years ago there was some real shiny nanite Iron Man shit going on.
Oh yeah. He was like, "Look, I made cool nanite." I think in Endgame or Infinity War or whatever.
Oh,
he was like,
He
was like, look at this cool nanite suit that I made. I just have to tap my chest and the nanites crawl all over my body and make my suit.
It comes out of nowhere,
Yeah. And I made it just in time for Thanos to show up.
I think in the comics he was shiny and white at one point. Anyway, but
sure.
Which is reminiscent, which is what I was thinking of.
This is what you're doing with nanotechnology, Mr. Stark. This. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not sure. Maybe I need to look at the description again. They sounded like sleek, but they also sounded like bulky. Like I imagine them.
Yeah.
I'm because the way they described them as like a toad that had been kind of like dissected and opened up.
Okay,
Like I
yeah.
imagine them as like, and with like manipulators and stuff on the end. I kind of imagine when you're inside one, it's like a space marine armor,
Yeah,
except
sure.
Mhm.
without like all of like the
Skins.
in space StarCraft or 40K, like all of the like the cool little accoutrements and like the little,
Yeah.
like badges and antenna and things sticking off. It's just
Yeah,
kind of
she
like
probably
it's
doesn't
just
have
kind
like
of
a
it's
big
just kind of like
toad.
a smooth white blob.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
It's
yeah.
how
kind
I
of
imagine
like
it
a
also.
smooth white humanoid blob without even a
Mhm.
neck or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
definitely
then
was
just
not
Think of it like a
picturing a
big
neck. Yeah.
popsicle, like that kind of
yeah,
like shape,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
flying
Or
wing.
like who's that guy Baymax
Yeah, yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
that movie about
Uh-huh.
the robots? Yeah,
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. Yes, a little bit like that, except maybe a little bit more top heavy instead of bottom heavy.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, yeah, and much more violent.
Oh yeah, very violent. They can. I mean, accelerated antimatter pellets is that's a pretty nasty thing to shoot at someone.
Yeah, and it's yeah, we're skipping ahead to the end. That's the end
Yeah, this
of
is the
the
most recent. Well,
chapter
it's sort
14.
of the most
Yeah,
after this. Chapter 13 has a lot of
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We're skipping ahead to
now
the end
we're
of
down on
chapter
the
13.
planet right after this, but this
But
is basically the end of
but
where I'm at.
this whole part is an interesting thing because I feel like it's like Reynolds kind of being like, so this is what this technology can do when it goes to war. It's pretty extreme. Uh, but also to there's like a lot going on there too because eventually like some of those suits get hacked and people start actually blasting each other into pieces instead of just doing a training exercise, and
Yeah,
it's an
that's
assassination
the very end
attempt.
of chapter 13.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to
it's
say
just
I believe that happens. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
yeah,
this is a training
Caraval or
exercise where
whatever.
there's some kind of
it's an assassination of some attempt of some kind. Somebody's trying to kill Corey. Caravel is trying to kill Corey, maybe,
Mhm.
or
Yep.
maybe somebody's hacked her suit and
yeah, and she
Caravel's
Right.
thinks she's
Well,
attacking the
her
enemy.
suit is in the process of attacking.
yeah,
Whether
Yeah,
she's
Caravel's
driving
it
or
suit
is
not.
not
is attacking.
stopping. Yeah,
Yeah, Caravel's suit is trying to kill Corey for sure. So
and
Volyova has to kill her.
does Volyova shutting down the suit? Yeah,
Yeah,
in a
shutting it
violent, in
down
a
with a lot
high
of
prejudice.
Yeah,
with a lot of
in the same
high
way that you might
energy,
shut a person down with
shutting
a
it down with a
plank.
lot of high energy kinetics and energy weapons.
Yeah.
Um,
Other shit goes wrong for Volyova as well in this section. We've got the cash weapon that goes rogue.
yes. Well,
This is a couple chapters previous.
yeah. So we've got the whole gunnery and the Hell class weapons, which I was thinking back to you talked about how in the first chapter, Volyova's talking about how she's got 40 things.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And now we know
39
what they
now.
are, and she's like, yeah, they're 40 weapons. They're like big badass weapons. Some of them take apart planets and shit. I don't know what all of them do, honestly, because
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. I
I
don't even
haven't
know
shot
exactly
all of
how.
them.
I haven't used them all.
I haven't figured out how to activate them all. I spend everyone else goes to sleep for years at a time in reefer sleep to avoid aging and stuff, and I stay awake
Fuck around with
studying
these
my
things.
weapons.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
like testing various people to see if they'll be able to
Yeah.
mentally withstand using my weapons.
Yeah, and for fun, I test new viral weapons against the melding plague that's eating the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold this gun and see if it makes you crazy. Yeah?
yeah,
Okay.
that's
Next.
where it's something like that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like and
And the gun makes people crazy because it has the Sun Stealer in it.
Yeah. Some kind of stealer of suns.
Check out these words. What does this mean? This is a really weird word, like stealer and the sun. What could
Star
that mean?
thief or a sun stealer? And Mademoiselle. We got the Mademoiselle also being fucking weird and cryptic.
Yeah, Mademoiselle's beta in Corey's mind. So yeah, so like the whole there's this whole crazy thing. It's not just that the guns, the Hell class weapons have like their own sort of whole thing going on. Is that Volyova and Volyova's predecessors have built this whole gunnery system to control the weapons, and they've built the security so fucking hardcore that stuff only can go in and nothing can come out. So they've accidentally trapped some weird data entity called the Sun Stealer in there. And the only way you can get out is by like bleeding into the minds of the gunnery officers. So that's what drove Nagorny mad.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't driven Corey mad, apparently, only because the Mademoiselle's beta is also in her mind and fighting it.
Yeah. You mentioned Volyova's predecessors. I would love to know what the fuck, like, how does this work? Right? Like, so say you've got, if she's got predecessors, and we imagine that maybe Hegazi and Sajaki are still active and the captain's active, and then they get, somebody else. The captain's been fucked up for a long time. So if Volyova has predecessors, how do you, if you're Hegazi and Sajaki, how do you end up with someone else as a member of a triumvirate and not another crew member junior to you? Like, why do you give someone... I know.
Well, do we get some kind of reason that there is a triumvirate? Are three people
Never.
required to know? It's just that's just the type of leadership structure that's
that is the arrangement. I can only assume that Captain Brannigan, before he like went under permanently, knowing that he was going under permanently, said, "Okay, the three of you are in charge now, and that's how the ship is going to run."
Yeah.
With the three senior officers running the ship.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay. Because ostensibly, the purpose of the triumvirate is still to find a cure for the captain somehow.
Yeah.
That is all they're doing.
Which is sort of strange.
Also figuring out if they might need to blow up some star systems or something else along the way. We would rather have the capability of doing that thing.
Excise the part of the ship he's in, jettison it, and be like, all right, well, what do you want to do?
Yeah, but none of them are doing that. Like, the captain can't stop them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're loyal. For some reason, Sajaki is obviously loyal.
I feel
Sajaki's
we know
got
that they have
this
loyalty
weird
tech.
Yeah, they do have
there's
loyalty
that also.
therapy tech.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That definitely brings. Yeah.
And Sajaki's been pattern juggled. He's gone to the jugglers and swam in the ocean. And he's become colder and crueler since then, apparently.
Yeah.
A lot of the ultras on this crew seem to relate to each other about who can kill who.
Yeah.
And how quick.
Yeah, there's a general level of
Volyova's
threatening one another.
Volyova's like, I could probably, like Hegazi or Sajaki would definitely kill me if they could, but I could put up a fight. But I can take out Sajak. I could take out Sujik and Carval. They don't worry me. And Sujik is telling Corey like, well, you're bottom of the ladder. I could kill you anytime I wanted to.
Yeah.
People are like, kill,
talking about the sort of hyper polite way that they're
they're basically they're cats. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
they're like, it's like
one of them's like a fish person,
like a somewhat pro-social. Well, I mean, like psychologically, they're like obligate carnivores, and that their society is all like politeness based around dangerousness.
Yeah, or they're like vampires.
Yeah, that's the other society that's like that.
They are a lot like vampires. One of them is really mad at Corey, one of the other girls.
Yeah, and again,
replacing Nagorny.
No, she specifically says, no, I'm not mad at you for replacing Nagorny because that would be childish. I'm mad at you because you're Volyova's tool, and
yes.
I know Volyova killed Nagorny.
Right,
Or,
but exactly. And we're all just
if
talking
not,
about this.
Yeah, like I know this. So
Yeah.
I fucking hate Volyova, and you're on her side, so fuck you. That's
Yeah.
why I hate you. And Corey's like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's a little bit more reasonable.
You got me.
Can't say shit to that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit Death Note-y the way they just sort of like logic it out together and like just sort of like just say it all out loud. We'll just sort of figure it out and then yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I won't kill you if you don't do that. And then all right.
This is what I talked about when I said like sometimes the characterization in this book can seem a little thin or like a little
Okay. Yeah.
like yeah.
The characters are doing a lot of exposition.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing a lot of exposition. They're doing a lot of the thing where they're explaining to each other, like, "Oh no, this is how I'm feeling, and this is what I'm thinking
Yep.
to you."
Sure.
So I want you to, because and they're doing the kind of thing where they're saying, "Well, like, I want you to understand what I'm saying, what I'm feeling and thinking. So I'm going to explain it to you right now in just very stark terms." And there's a lot of that between a bunch of these different characters. And then sometimes there's a lot of like very secretive things, like somebody's like, I need you to do a thing. And they're like, why do you need me to do the thing? And Sajaki is like, don't ask me why you need to do the thing. I'll hit you in the fucking head with my flute.
Exactly.
Like, I'm still not sure exactly why he like bashed Volyova in the head and then stuck her in the neck with a syringe. But
yeah,
because
that's what he likes. That's Sajaki's thing. He's like, oh man, I like surprising people and hurting them.
Yeah, really. Because nothing else happens after that. Volyova, like the next thing that happens to Volyova is that I think she's like going to the bridge to fucking run the insertion into Resurgam or something like that, right? I don't remember.
They're orbiting Resurgam, and Sajaki's down. He's down on the surface.
Yeah, no, that's later. That's later.
Will with Sylvester and Pascal.
Yeah,
I find Pascal like that. You could basically drop in any other character to say her lines, and I wouldn't notice.
Yeah, she's there to have conversations with Sylvester.
So Sylvester can bounce something. Yeah. Have someone to bounce stuff off of.
Yeah. And occasionally, she also makes him look worse, which is difficult, but she manages it. There's a part later where I suppose there's something later that goes on where Sylvester's like, "Oh, my wife isn't here to see me be cool. That sucks of her." And that perfectly encapsulates who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, she's supposed to be,
Yeah, and Pascal. Yeah, well, Pascal's there to slap him down.
Oh, you know what? I bet you know why he loves her, because she's his his biographer,
exactly.
And he's like, "Oh, I love how interested in me you are."
Exactly. Yeah.
That's so great about you.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Asshole.
There's got to be some that should be a named complex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost
what's
like
they called when you fall for your autobiographer.
Yeah.
You're not your autobiographer.
Here's the thing.
Well, I mean, I guess that could happen.
Here's the thing about him too is that he's, big surprise. He's a clone. He's actually a clone of his dad.
Oh.
It's in there. It's in the parts that we read.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
because I haven't read ahead.
Oh, okay.
Farther, and I definitely remember reading that in the part that we've read that, Volyova knows that. Okay. Sylvester does not. Sylvester doesn't know that he's a clone.
I must have missed this.
Although there's a good. I feel like he's not that dumb. I feel like he probably knows.
There's a lot about himself that he is ignoring.
It seems that way. So yeah, maybe even intentionally. It does seem like he may even have like. Yeah.
But Volyova says that I forget how they found out, but the triumvirates found out that Calvin Sylvester, and apparently this is illegal in Yellowstoner society because they're colonists, so they're like, well, we need genetic variation. People shouldn't be cloning themselves. We need people to be fucking, It's like I'm thinking of that Japanese meme. It's like have sex So long, Space Cowboy. You know, with the Japanese Prime Minister.
Yeah.
I
You know what I'm
I
I'm
don't
talking
know
about?
about that meme.
No, there's Japanese Prime Minister a couple prime ministers ago. Maybe it was Abe.
I think it was Abe.
Yeah, Shinzo Abe. He was like he was like they had like a big thing where they were really like they were encouraging young Japanese people to be like have more sex, please have more sex and babies, because the country is headed for like a demographic disaster,
Okay.
just like a total collapse of like pension systems and stuff. If you have like 4 old people for every one young
Right.
person or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. So yeah, there's a meme of him saying like have sex. So long, Space Cowboy. Stupid. Anyway,
We also get Palsy.
Yeah.
The
She does
the
a
palsy.
palsy onto the ship.
She breaks her own ship. She's
Yeah.
she's trying to
To-
stop the
Oh,
weapon.
the weapon that is
weapon.
Sunstealer
so-
is partially
yeah,
awoken
no.
and taken it for
No,
or
the
is it the
Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle? Okay, yeah.
So what has happened
Oh, it's a
eventually in
cop.
this
The
point is that-
Mademoiselle has installed a copy of herself that's
Yeah.
free to do whatever it
So
wants if it sees an opportunity.
exactly. So as they're getting close to Resurgam, the Mademoiselle copy that's inside the one-way path in the gunnery has managed to gain control of enough of one weapon in the cache, a planet-killing weapon that creates a standing wave in the space-time continuum. I am not even sure what the hell that's supposed to mean or what it does. Obviously bad.
The
yeah.
Mademoiselle really wants
they're-
to kill Sylvester, and he's on this
they're
planet.
like they're the idea is it's like, well, I can use this weapon from somewhere out around where like Pluto is
Yeah.
and blow up an entire planet further in system, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
Um
And solar system's very big.
They
Yeah.
also thought they
Yeah.
were going to be sneaky, and this gets them noticed.
yeah, but at this point, Mademoiselle,
That's true.
yeah, Mademoiselle doesn't give a fuck though. She's like,
We got to get rid of Sylvester. He's got to go.
we got to get rid of Sylvester. And
Yeah.
Corey is like,
God,
why? Tell
frankly, I
me
agree with her.
why.
Why
And
a
there's
whole planet?
there's a very cool sequence where she has a flashback to being back in the jungles of Sky's Edge, and she walks
Yeah.
into
Puzzle.
she walks into she meets her husband Fazl, and walks into a big tent with him and looks at the Milky Way and hears the entire history of the Milky Way and the Dawn War. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The very first Stellaris game ever played.
Someone says something about the title of the trilogy.
Yeah.
Series? It is a trilogy, kind of.
Inhibitor.
Yeah.
It is. The trilogy is sometimes called Inhibitor, the Inhibitor trilogy.
Yeah.
Because those are the sort of main antagonists.
Contiguous element.
There's an actual like 4th book in this series that he wrote. He continued the series like recently called Inhibitor Space. I think was the name of the 4th book or something like that, or Inhibitor Phase.
Hard to imagine.
Inhibitor Phase. It wasn't all that great. I had the feeling that it was like a bunch of people were like, please write more. Please write more to series.
So this is not the 1.5
Please.
that you're talking
No,
about.
this isn't Chasm City. Chasm City is I like really good. I
Is
really
it-
like it a lot.
Is that one a
maybe
collection?
I don't know. You'll have to check. But
Chasm City?
yeah, you'll have to check if you have it. If you bought the trilogy.
No, I'm asking if it is a collection. If that volume is.
No.
Okay.
Chasm
no.
City
It's
is
a
a novel
story.
on its own.
A novel.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a novel on its own. It's a great novel.
So 4 or 5 in the trilogy. 4 or 5-ish.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Ish,
Yeah.
in the trilogy,
4 or
yeah.
5-ish.
I'm gonna have to when we're done with this book reading. Maybe I'll keep going into
Yeah, if Chasm City is next, yeah, sure.
yeah. And then,
Let's do it. So the whole thing. The whole
Yeah,
thing.
there's a lung. There's a lung called the Lily. I'm very interested in learning more about that.
But also very China Mieville idea.
Who?
Yeah.
Is that the
China Mieville?
flame?
Yeah.
It's
No,
the biopunk dude.
Oh.
Yeah, the biopunk guy. Diesel biopunkish.
Yeah. We also, in this section, get an admission from Sylvester of some weakness, some character flaw.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
impressive.
Lefebvre.
and he lets it out twice in a row, like to
Yeah.
just randos. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not to first to his wife. He's
First
like,
to
wife, I
Pascal.
gotta tell you something really important. That
We
whole
might be about
thing
to
where I
die.
was like,
I'm an
we might be,
asshole.
I gotta tell you, like, I got this lady killed, and I feel terrible about it.
And I
somehow-
probably and maybe I got your
somehow-
dad
Well,
killed
that's
too.
true.
Somehow, even though my mind was, my Shroud of Transform at the edge of Revelation space was dissolving, and I should have been the one ripped apart. I survived, and she got killed.
But I was too chicken shit to disconnect my
Yeah.
And
my
then
saucer section or whatever the fuck I was in.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then too chicken shit to tell anyone about it when I got
And
home.
then it's a big secret. And I've told you, Pascal, after your father was killed by insurrectionists. Sluka! That sounds like a rude thing you would call someone in Eastern Europe.
Sluka. What is it? Sluka Blatt?
Is
Oh,
that
yeah,
what
the
I don't even...
peacocks.
Suka
The
Blatt.
peacocks.
Oh yeah, she poisons the peacocks, or the peacocks have
Poison
been...
Yeah.
peacock.
Are they
Poison-
poisoned? She
in
kills
their
Gerard Depardieu with a poisoned peacock?
Yeah. For some reason, Pascal and Sylvester have to get married down
Yeah,
a
down
kilometer
at
underground in the Amarinton
model city. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it's his
Encased-
favorite place.
encased in the impenetrable
Oh, and
black
inject
orb.
like neural tissue into your head
Yeah.
from your partner.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Is that...
I love the stoner.
Nanites.
because they're like, how do you during the wedding ritual? He comes up and they're the officiant is like, how do you knowingly manifest? Because
Yeah.
they don't want clones or alpha simulations or betas
right?
like entering into contracts like a marriage contract that binds
genetic marriage contract.
other
Do you have any other versions of you out there that are going to get fucked over by this contract?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they inject some nanites with memory juice and DNA into their skull so that they can
always
some
have a
kind of
little
experience.
Yeah, always have like a little piece of their
Yeah.
husband or wife.
Their
like,
spouse.
I've been divorced like 20 times and I keep them all. I could have had them removed, but I don't.
Yeah, it's like 3-4 times he said.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's pretty old.
Yeah,
This is his fourth marriage, I believe.
He doesn't take them very seriously.
Well, it's not like it doesn't seem as though he is flippant about having all this genetic material floating around in him.
I mean,
No, he kind of likes it. Look at all these people who thought I was cool.
yeah,
I get to keep them in my brain. I'm not impressed with Dan Sylvester.
I mean, I don't know.
He
When I
does
look
have
around
that
at
sort
my-
of,
Hey, when I look around at my group of friends and I find an average number of married times, it's usually greater than one.
Oh, hey, I'm divorced. Yeah.
you're-
I'm not saying that, like, he doesn't take it seriously.
You're up to 4.
Yeah, I'm not up to 4. No,
But
I'm
you're also
not saying
you're also
that
not
being
like
divorced
120
means
years.
you don't
You're
take
also
it
not
seriously.
120 years old either. So
Yeah. I'm saying that Dan Sylvester specifically does not take it seriously
doesn't take
because he
matters
doesn't give a
seriously.
shit about other people.
Yeah, he is kind of a sociopath.
Yeah.
well, he's got to figure out
cares about
why
obelisks.
suns sometimes
Explode.
destroy entire races and civilizations.
I mean, he cares about other people in a sort of like
Well, yeah, he was
vague,
alone.
you know.
There'd be no one to look at him and tell him he's cool.
Yeah, exactly. No,
And that would be intolerable.
he doesn't want the entire human race getting blown up by rogue solar flares because he's part of the human race.
Yeah.
He says that he doesn't.
He's got a
He
vested
says that he
interest.
doesn't want that.
Yeah.
It would be inconvenient
But, like-
to his research if it were to occur. he would not be able to keep digging up obelisks if everyone was
Yeah.
fried.
Well, now he doesn't care about obelisks. Now he wants to
Now
go.
it's more about this
Now he wants to go to the neutron star.
Black Moon ass. Yeah, now he's
At
got to go to what's that three-headed guy?
At the edge of the systems.
Cerebus.
There's a neutron star orbited by a very small moon named Cerberus.
Is there?
And Voliola. Whoa, what has happened today? So I think a cat knocked over his camera. Or did
No,
he
I think it was just I think God did it.
Okay.
Is there
It could have
a
been the Sun Stealer.
is there
in your
like
computer.
is there like a corporation, a fictional evil corporation called Cerberus? Don't bother to answer that.
Mass Effect.
Oh, is it?
Mass Effect has one.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mass
okay.
Effect.
All right, thank you.
Cerberus, the Cerberus guys.
That's
Mass
what I've been.
Effect.
Every time I hear that name, I'm like, who was that? Who was the guy? Yeah, who are the guys
Yeah.
I don't like
Yeah,
from
the
Cerberus?
elusive man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the elusive man. What does that
Yeah.
mean?
And
That's not a word, right?
I think it's a portmanteau.
No, it is a fucking. I was
I
like
can't wait
everyone
to-
else. I was like, no, that's not a fucking word. And then I went and I looked in like a real dictionary, and I was like, oh, it is a word, and it means exactly what you think it means. It means like somebody who like creates illusions or something like that, or is like also elusive. And I was like, oh. No, this is a real word. They didn't just like
That's a
Bioware
great
people
comfort to
didn't,
me, actually.
didn't just like, make up
Elusive,
a
man.
spelling or like
Well, I thought
something
they were doing
else.
the portmanteau of illusion and
I
elusive.
don't like that word.
No,
Yeah, it doesn't
no.
seem correct.
It's a real word. It's a real word. It's in like a Webster dictionary or
God
something.
damn it.
I was like, okay, cool, okay. It was like, I'm like, this is older than Mass Effect. This was written so okay, fine.
Oh,
All right,
thank
good.
God.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway.
So the peacocks kill everybody, and then they have to hide in a tunnel.
Yeah, and then it doesn't matter anyway because then they get sleep gassed, and then Sylvester gets his eyes burned out because they're like,
Yeah,
well, we weren't
man.
really sure what your eyes could do, so just in case we blasted them with an EMP, and now you're blind. And then a doctor spends
Yeah,
a
is
while.
it played by?
like-
Is it Peter Stormare playing this guy? Is that the actor's name? Because
Yeah,
okay, Peter
Peter
Stormare
Stormare would be a good
plays this
Volkander.
doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
comes in and talks about his fucking eyes and
I was also thinking just
get
Steve
your head in the
Buscemi.
game, Sylvester.
I was also thinking Steve Buscemi, just like Steve
Oh, sure,
Buscemi.
that would be that would be perfect.
But like,
Yeah.
but like Steve Buscemi being like ultra sinister, just like Steve Buscemi playing like a Nazi doctor.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
In-
how
in
bad
the-
can he be?
in the cinematography style of The Lighthouse.
Yeah, Jesus. And he's busy like doing stuff to Sylvester's cyber eyes to try and make him see again, and apparently it's all incredibly agonizingly painful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we might not be sure which one of those is the point.
Yeah,
He says
right.
the
No, I
point is
think,
fixing the eyes and
right.
the pain is secondary.
Yeah,
That's why
It
you
might
can
be
tell
the
he's
other way
played by
around.
sinister Steve Buscemi or Stormare.
yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be the other way around.
I really like hurting you. Your eyes. The only way I can do it is if I fix your eyes.
yeah.
Sluka doesn't know why she's keeping him alive other than he's important. From a big
Yeah.
family, people seem interested in him. He does a lot of important stuff.
He wrote me this way.
Yeah.
Boy, that's some hot shit, by the way.
We gotta watch that again.
Yeah, yeah. Where were you on June 16th, 1995, you guys?
I don't know.
Kuya can do this shit.
Well,
I don't know if you still can.
In 1995.
That's
What
the
was
date
that?
he gives
No,
him
like-
in the paperback,
Okay.
in the novelization.
Yeah.
As,
Yeah.
yeah.
In my real life, I'm like, I don't know. It was
Yeah.
like was it the summer after
1995, I don't have a fucking clue.
ninth grade?
Summer after my freshman year of high school. So I
Yeah,
was
boy, early.
out of my goddamn gourd.
Yeah.
Your freshman year? No, you're right. That would have been your freshman year. That would have been
94?
less.
Or no, 96 was my freshman year. So
Yeah, I was gonna
I was
say,
in
no.
fucking middle school.
You're in middle school. I was in sophomore year of high school. Anyway,
Summer after after seventh grade.
I was gonna say like hanging out with you, Dave, but we might not have been hanging out yet in 1995.
Yeah, I'm really not sure because I really had like Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I don't really remember the
No,
I don't really fucking remember exactly what was going on every year in the 90s, no. But
we might
anyway.
actually might have been hanging out in '95.
I think I mean for
I think
me
that's
I think probably I
because that's
mean
I think that's when I started hanging out with Chris.
if you're like a year younger than me, like it must have
I am.
been like
Yeah.
I must I
It
must have
must-
been at least a sophomore, but I feel like probably a junior because
I was a
I feel
sophomore
like I
when
didn't know you the
I
entire time
the
I
role
was in
playing
high
club was
school.
active in '95
I feel like it wasn't for the first 2 years I was in high school.
no, it wasn't in
because
role playing club.
when I was in 8th grade, I got a letter from someone in the role playing club talking about Malkavians. I didn't know what the fuck that was because I hadn't
When you
bought the
were in
book.
the 8th grade in middle school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Your freshman year was the same as my senior year.
Mhm.
Okay.
So you started. Wasn't
So
your
your
freshman
junior
year?
year was when I
Your
got
fresh
that.
your freshman year was like 96, 97, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So
So 95, yeah, 95 you were a
95
junior.
was my sophomore year. Yeah, that was that summer. Yeah, that was actually probably the first summer I was hanging out with you, Dave.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And now we've done the
Playing
archaeology.
playing some shitty old
Vampire the
Vampire.
Masquerade. Doom
Super
2.
Doom 2.
I recall, actually, I
Oh.
recall watching a lot of, maybe it wasn't even Diablo 2. Maybe it
No,
was
Diablo
just
2 was
Diablo at your house.
Diablo 1. Diablo 1 was
Was
out.
Diablo 2 like 97 or some shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
was playing
Diablo 1 and
2.
Doom 2 at your house.
Doom 2. I was playing Doom 2 on like fucking modem direct call to a buddy's house, this guy named Andy, and we'd play Doom 2 and we played the Alien there was like a Aliens mod.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
So you could
totally. With
like
the pulse rifle and had the
yeah, and you
ammo right
play
on the
through
graphic on the screen.
yeah, and you play through like basically like a remake of the Alien movie. Aliens actually. Anyway,
Yeah,
uh
1995. Vampire the Masquerade at some point, probably around there. And
Urban
also
Sobe.
in the Mouth of Madness. I was saying something about somebody in this book, but
oh yeah, anyway, so
I'm not sure what.
to
Yeah,
this Faulkner
Fassbender.
guy, he comes out and straight up
Fassbender's
says
Dr. Fassbender.
he lets out another little secret. Everybody's like, "Where's Calvin Sylvester's
Yeah,
Alpha?
everyone is
What'd you do with
very
the
interested
Alpha?
in where the
Hey!"
alpha is.
Yeah.
And he's like,
He is the alpha.
I gave it to the pattern jugglers.
Oh, right, that's
I
right.
fed
He
it to
did
the
say
jugglers.
that. Yeah,
fed it to the jugglers.
he paid. Did he
I
say I
want-
fed it, or did he say he traded
He
it?
said, I traded to the jugglers.
Trade.
I wanted
It was
I wanted the jugglers
an
to dredge
exchange.
up a bunch of Shrouder, like ancient
Transforms.
Shrouder transforms and put them in my brain. And for them to do that, I gave him my dad's
Something complex.
I gave him my dad's
A
soul.
lot of
Because
information.
fuck my dad.
And I kept
Yeah,
the beta
which they
copy.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, which they did? They built
They
him and they had a lot of
consumed
sex with him.
Calvin's alpha.
Yeah, it didn't come back with him.
Nope.
That's the point. Yeah, he hasn't been like carrying it around or anything. It's gone. He's got that beta still.
Yeah, and I mean, I get everything that gets juggled stays in the juggling
It's in there, yeah.
perpetually. They think
Yeah.
so. Calvin's in the juggling somewhere.
Yeah. Assuming nobody comes by and blows the planet up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I also
Somebody comes by and Death Stars the planet, then
Yeah,
Which seems likely,
That's-
I guess. I mean, Calvin is very concerned about solar flares going off, but like there's like inhibitor weaponry just lying around, I guess, that someone could blow up a couple planets with if they
well, it's
so
never clear
desired.
it's not yet clear where the Hell class weapons came from.
Yeah. Or if they have used them before, they speculate maybe this crew is very diabolical and as maybe someone is speculating.
well,
God.
Corey is speculating like, oh my god, these guys, there's no way to know if these guys were like, yeah, let's make a trade deal with some planet like nobody's ever heard of, way off in the middle of nowhere, and
if you don't
we'll
like our
take
deal,
what
we're
we
gonna
want
blow
from
you up.
them. Yeah, and then okay, we got what you want, and we're gonna send down the goods, and by send down the goods, I mean blow up your planet. Ha ha, bye. I don't think they've done anything like quite like that, but because Volyova starts to go into some stuff, like right near the end where she's talking to Sajaki, and this is so fun because they're just reading Sajaki's lips from orbit,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
facing this
that's a really cool part.
and lip reading, and Volyova's like she's realizing with some kind of like dawning horror that like, oh, Sajaki's gonna make her do it again. Like, do what? Is this mysterious? Like, what is she gonna make him do? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a we'll get to that because it's an interesting thing to discuss, but they've definitely like terrorized places before for sure. They've definitely gone places and been like, give us the goods, we have big guns.
And they got the biggest ones. Seem like bad guys. They seem like they've been up to.
Yeah, and again it's
Hot
like
dust.
yeah, they got the hot dust. Oh no, the terrorists got the hot dust.
Yeah,
The true
yeah.
path inundation.
Yeah,
Sluka.
that's Sluka is the true path.
The true path.
The
Yeah, so
second
there's
insurrection of Resurgam.
so I guess yeah, in Resurgam, I guess there's the government that replaces Sylvester is like, well, we're gonna terraform Resurgam.
Yep.
Before it was like, oh, there's two factions. Like, we got to terraform Resurgam, and the other faction was like, no, we don't terraform Resurgam. Let's just figure out what the hell happened here. This is supposed to be an archaeology expedition.
That's why we
And
came.
then now is all terraform dudes. There's no archaeologists left, and now it's split between people who are like, well, yeah, let's just terraform it nice and slow so we can still live here while we're doing it. And then the true path people who are like, let's ram some fucking comets into this bitch. Let's flood the fuck out of it. You know, Sluka's got like a art in her office of like Resurgam in like 100 or like 500
Yeah.
years or whatever, like covered in water and green and the night sky covered in the lights of cities and stuff.
Sounds like it might be a nice place.
So that all Sylvester can think about is it's like, that won't happen if the sun blows up. Why can't anybody else
I mean, that is
understand
like
this?
it is. That is being
rest-
burdened with glorious purpose when you're the only guy that knows the sun's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
When you're
And
the only
nobody
guy
else-
that knows the ice zombies are coming.
Nobody else thinks the sun is going to blow up. They're like, dude, the sun blew up once almost a million years ago.
Why
Yeah,
would
the
it blow up
chance-
It hasn't
again?
happened since.
Why would it? Why? And it hasn't happened
Because
since.
it says so on this obelisk.
Yeah.
Look
And
at
we're
this
looking at this-
circular map of the solar system.
And we're looking at the sun. We've looked at a lot of suns.
Yeah.
This one looks fine. It looks fine.
And you know what? We haven't seen any other suns that did this, and there are so fucking many.
Yeah.
And if this one is one that does that, we can leave.
Yeah, that
We don't-
occurred to me.
You don't have to be here.
Is there a reason they're interested in Pavlovis?
Delicious.
Well, no, they can't leave. Well, none of them have light huggers anymore. I mean,
Oh yeah, well.
Well, they could wait for they could leave now. They could grab onto this slimy one.
the light hugger, the Lorian, fucking
Yeah.
took off after the
The
first mutiny.
mutineers took it.
Mm.
Yeah. So they have no way of leaving this system. All the people there. So that is why I think basically like that's why the inundationists have taken over the government and why everyone agrees with them because they're like,
It sucks to live here.
Yeah.
yeah, we're here and we're not going anywhere. And if we're going to have kids and they're not going to go anywhere, we might as well fucking make this planet habitable. Like,
Yeah.
like we're not all just going to continue to live like on Mars. If we
all of
can
our
make
kids
it,
are not
if we
gonna
can
be,
make
like,
it not Mars.
Archaeologists.
Exactly.
The only job here is archaeologist.
Yeah, exactly. And Sylvester's still thinking in his way, it's like, it's still crazy because we don't know if the sun is going to blow up again. But all of them are thinking like, of course, like, well, okay, one, even if the sun is going to blow up, we have no way of leaving now. We'd have to figure out some way to like call for help from like a couple star systems away and wait a few decades to see if anybody shows up.
I love but Remiliad or whatever his name is showed up pretty recently, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, the light
so
hugger came
one came by, but that's
and no one
thing-
left.
in the entire history. Well, that's the thing. Maybe some people left. You don't get that idea
That's
of
true.
like But again, it's also like, well, okay, cool. You want passage to another system? What are you paying me with?
Yeah.
What are you paying me with on your dirt ass old, fucking
Scratching.
archaeology planet?
Yeah.
You guys discovered any new science down there?
I don't
No?
need any archaeologists in my employ.
I don't. Did you?
I don't
did
need any
you-
obelisks.
Did you find out anything actually useful or cool about the Amarantin that I could sell? No. I don't know. Obviously they had enough stuff to sell to be like, let's, buy some. They bought some stuff. They bought terraforming gear.
Dust.
They bought terraforming gear, and the True Path Inundationists bought hot dust. They bought these little tiny little bits of
Yeah.
antimatter, like a couple
Yeah.
nanograms, just enough to like set off. What is it? What did she say? Lucas said each one is like a couple, like a kilo, a
Kilotons or something, maybe?
couple kiloton
I think
explosives.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. Small enough to like basically fit inside a person, be implanted inside a person.
Yep.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I am also kind of sort of curious about the ultras in their mercantile efforts.
Capacity.
Yeah.
But you think about like
yeah.
like a trader in our world now. It's like, oh, I want to amass wealth so that I can have power or I can retire or like whatever. They have like essentially their ships give them a post-scarcity environment. Why are they trading stuff with people? Like, what do they want anything?
Well, there's
Yeah, they
always
have there's no fuel. There's no question of fuel or anything on the light hugger.
Doesn't seem to
like,
be.
not
I think they use
really.
range
or are we
tools.
just not really aware of it as the reader, kind of?
They don't. No, that's the thing is they're specifically sort of called out as like being like almost magic.
Okay.
They don't need fuel. They do need to pay for shield ice.
Yes.
They do
That's
need to
true.
like.
Yeah.
They do have operating costs. They need to pay for. They need to pay to keep the ship up and operating. Like you can tell the Nostalgia for Infinity, which has only like 5 crew members, and has like doesn't do any
Yeah, it's
trading.
not doing that well.
It's like falling apart.
Yeah.
They're not
Okay.
keeping it up.
Sure.
So there's that, and
Okay.
there's
I'm with
just
you now.
I think there's the kind of, but like, what do you trade in for sure is like, well, first of all, there's movement of people. There's always the movement of people,
Yeah.
and
People got to go
you know.
places.
yeah, and there's ideas and
Mhm.
news because you can transmit. I think I said before, like, oh, people don't transmit directly to each other. I think they do apparently because Volyova and Corey go out in the spider room
Mhm.
on the outside of the ship to listen to the ghosts,
Mm.
and they're like, oh, it's transmissions from the other ultras and stuff, and it's really just chatter, it's trade talk, it's it's people boasting, it's people saying like,
Journaling.
yeah, people screaming into the void.
Yeah.
But again, it's like you hear that stuff. You receive these transmissions from other places, and they're 40 or 50 years out of date, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, whatever, since whoever sent it. And you have no idea who sent it or what, Maybe they're sending it in some language or dialect that you barely even understand or some code,
Right.
So,
Yeah. Well, it's like 200 years ago, there was a political upheaval on planet Y that you've never fucking heard of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fucking
Okay.
care.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's not even my world's history.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be fascinated by that, but
Yeah,
these
of
people
course.
wouldn't.
Yeah, but and I think probably a lot of people on those worlds are fascinated in an intellectual sense, but it's like
Mhm.
it's like us reading it's like us having the book club or like reading like the history
Right.
of Westeros
How-
or whatever.
I was
And,
going to
like-
say the Westeros
like,
one.
Yeah, talking about House of the Dragon and like being like, oh man, did you hear what happened? It's like imagine like Hot D was like an actual real time transmission from like
somewhere else.
another alternate
Planet.
world,
Yeah.
Dragon Planet far away. It's like, wow, man, Dragon Planet's got fucking problems.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they're like, well, we see what's going on with you guys. You guys got problems too.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Oh man, Dragon Planet had real problems 3 centuries ago.
Yeah.
What Wonder how they're doing now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
There's
they're
a
like,
space opera about it.
meanwhile, Dragon's Planet is like a revolution in France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an amazing turn of events in this story.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe they just chopped that king's head right off.
Is
They
there
made a whole machine just for heads. Wow.
So, is there a situation in the past where Sylvester met with the Triumvirate
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he was saying, he was telling them that he was not planning on going to Resurgam and he didn't think the Amarantin were something to be concerned about, but Volyava, looking back on this memory, is thinking that
Right.
he
It's
was
like, oh,
lying,
obviously he did.
and at the time
Yeah.
he knew that he had to go to Resurgam.
Yeah.
A scene that stuck out to me, but maybe that is more of something that, well, I guess it is setting up things to come because I'm not really sure.
It is.
Yeah, what was going on with this. But Sylvester and these people have crossed paths in the past, and they're
they kidnapped him when he
after the Lafave incident, he was
after he'd come
kidnapped by
back
these
from
psychos.
Lascale's shroud.
Look at that
after he'd come back
stripy
from the shroud.
tail.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's truly stripy
Yeah.
on the tail region.
Very good.
Very, very, very tigerific.
So yeah, he gets grabbed after his juggling
Yeah,
and
he's-
shrouder
and they're like-
experience.
And they're like,
Lafayette's.
they're like, cure our captain, and he's like,
Wait a
"Excuse
second.
me?"
Let me sit down for a second.
Yeah. I've had a really strange
A
series.
lot of
days.
stuff is going on.
I got married. I got attacked by peacocks. People
Yeah.
gassed me.
No.
They blew
This is
my
this
eyes.
is this is the memory
No,
from
this
before.
is long before the peacocks.
Oh yeah.
This is
yeah,
before
yeah.
he goes to Resurgam at all. This is in orbit
right,
around.
right,
This
right.
is Stoner
yeah.
Town.
This is a
Yellowstone.
And then, also they kidnap him. They're like,
Flashback.
"Hey, buddy, we want to talk to your dad."
Oh yeah,
We
your
don't
dad's
actually
gonna
care
cure
about
our
you.
captain. Yeah.
Your dad's
Yeah.
gonna cure our captain. We don't give a shit about you.
Where's dad at? We know you
Yeah.
got the secret dad files.
We're second stringer here.
They were long
Yeah.
gone at that point. The dad files.
Yeah, the actual alpha dad files. But he still lets the beta. They can still sort of like let the beta like possess him, and it's like
Yeah, you can
demonic.
get Waldo.
It's like demonic possession or something almost.
Yeah,
They describe it
really
as
hates it.
extremely uncomfortable. He has to take a whole bunch of like neuropsychotropic drugs to like suppress his motor control and give it over to the beta. It's like using vampire dominate on yourself.
Yeah. Maybe he just doesn't like the idea
Running
that
the
someone's
boot
better at
drive.
something than he is.
See, the fact that this is the thing. This is why I said I feel like I think, and I'm trying. I honestly don't remember from later in the book. I feel like he might say it or might not say it, but I feel like he already knows that he is Calvin's clone because of this. Because he's like the beta can take over my body and run it like its own.
Yeah.
That's
Not
weird.
this is not a common thing people do.
That's not right.
Okay.
That's fucking that's sus.
That's sus as fuck.
That's mad sus.
Yeah,
Fucking suspect, Dad.
He does say that's sus, but he is so firmly ensconced in "I'm my own man, no one pulls my strings" that I don't think he actually consciously is aware of it.
I don't know. Maybe he's like, I am my own man. No one pulls my strings.
I'm on
so
chapter
much
38 as of today, so I'm
because- okay,
39.
there you go.
Yeah,
I was like, maybe he's so like, I'm my own man so hard because he knows he's a clone and he wants to be like, fuck that.
Okay, I could see that.
It can go either way. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't remember because like something in my mind is like near the end, does he say something like he's like, oh, I knew all along. I've always known, or like something else, or maybe he goes back and says like, well, I didn't know, but that makes perfect fucking sense. Yeah, Dad.
Yeah. Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're an asshole also? Well, it makes
yeah.
sense. Apple
Yeah.
versus tree.
Yeah. So, yeah. Any other
Yeah.
interesting things
I would.
happen
Well,
in these chapters? You wanna?
the Mademoiselle is not human? Question mark.
I don't know what she is.
Yeah, we just don't know. Is that?
It hasn't been
She's
revealed at this stage.
hasn't been.
But she's something's up. Whatever her actual is, if there is a physical body.
She shows up well, a hermetic cast
Yeah.
shows up, talks to Corey,
Right.
and doesn't open up.
We don't know what's in there.
And Corey gets a sense. When Corey sees the hermetic casket, she's like, something in there is wrong.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It gives me the heebies and the jeebies.
Yeah, simultaneously.
Yeah, I felt like there was
Creates a
some
spinning wave.
maybe maybe around, man, I'm not sure exactly when something or exactly what it was that sparked my interest about the nature of the Mademoiselle, but it was yeah, now I don't know. It skips my mind specifically what made me have this thought.
The whole sequence where Corey's in the gunnery and they're trying to they're trying to stop the weapon from going
the copy
off,
of the Mademoiselle.
The copy of the Mademoiselle is like, hey, I'm Fazil, you're in this thing. I know all about the Dawn War. And Corey's like, why do you know about the Dawn War? And no other human beings do.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
weird.
of. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, that's a thing. This doesn't seem like wrong, but how do you know?
But we got to blow up this planet with Danny Sylvester on it.
Yeah. And and Corey's like, oh, now I understand the reason. But I'm still not going to blow up this planet because that's fucked up. I'm still not going to blow up a whole fucking planet. Fuck you.
That many people on it.
There's a lot of people on that planet. I mean,
not as many as there are people, period.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that type of argument going on.
There is.
Yeah, I guess the only other things that were interesting to me, other than the palsy, which I thought I liked that as a concept, that she just has this algorithm or whatever, this thing she can run to cripple a lot of her own systems. But when they do, the sequence, the series of events when they're actually doing battle against the weapon to try to destroy it, it ends up getting burned up in the thrusters, and and it punches a momentary hole in space-time and causes enough of a huge bang that, this is the equivalent of around Pluto or something, but on Resurgam they go, oh fuck, there's a sneaky light hugger causing explosions out there past Pluto.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Something like that happened in Massachusetts today.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, big meteor. Yeah, didn't a couple meteors blow up over Ohio like a month ago? Are we being bombarded by
California? I think
meteors. A meteor blew up above Boston today. That seems strange. Those were the things that I kind of noticed and wanted to talk about in this reading, but I'm sure this is just it's very idea heavy. It's very meaty. I still feel like even most of the dialogue conversations, especially with Sylvester, are just describing are just doing world building.
Expository. Yeah, very expository.
Yeah. It's cool.
As of end of chapter 13,
mech suits battles is
mech suit battles. Okay.
That's the most actiony thing that has actually happened.
And has there been any communication between the light hugger and Resurgam?
They're on the Resurgam now. Sajaki's down there. They're reading his lips as he's infiltrating.
But are they broadcasting anything? Like, has there been like radio?
No, I don't think they've done that.
That's the next chapter. Volio is about to do her little broadcast.
Yeah, not that there's like a set of rules or that anyone is, that we're doing anything here, but I specifically stopped. Doug said to stop reading on Thursday, and I stopped. I intentionally did not read this. I'm not scolding you in any way.
Nope, I know. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll just read more.
I'll just keep reading. No, I've done shit like
But
that.
now I'm
So
Well,
finding that
the chapters get shorter and shorter
They
too,
do.
because I'm like, oh, we're at the end of chapter 15. I'm like looking at this book. I'm like,
oh
we are halfway through this book.
yeah, and there's
chapter
definitely
13,
more
there
than
are 40
26
At the
chapters.
end
Yeah.
at the end of chapter 13, there's more than
Okay.
another 13 chapters.
Yeah, for
So
real.
they
there are
start to get
39
they
chapters.
start to get quite short.
When we do Chasm City, I will stay along with the plan.
You can do whatever you want, just to be clear.
And that is what I want.
Okay,
What
good.
I want is to stay
Cool.
along with the plan. I'm going to read another book at the same time. So
I'm
that
doing that. Like, yeah, like that's what I said. I was
Yeah.
going to start something else. Oh yeah, Dungeon
Well,
Crawl.
I gotta start. I
Crawling?
gotta start Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Do you know
'cause
anything
Josh is gonna
about it?
lose his
I
shit
know
if
that people
don't.
are talking about it, but that's all I
I don't know
know.
anything about
I
it.
know. I read the first like 4 pages and was like, okay, cool.
Dungeons.
No, well, it's the first 4 pages is basically it's some dude who's like, so I happened to be outside when it happened. There weren't a lot of people outside when it happened, and everyone who was inside died immediately.
Oh,
And I was like, okay, cool premise. That's
everyone
big
who was
stakes.
inside.
Yeah, everyone who was inside of a building perished when it happened.
You don't know anything more than that. That's
No.
wow. I wonder what. Yeah.
I mean, I have a suspicion that, like, essentially D&D becomes real. Not literally Dungeons and Dragons by Wizards
But
of the Coast,
some
but
type
like,
of a type
some
of
type of
dungeon
thing.
crawling
yeah, and
Yeah,
you,
I've seen,
you
I've
have
seen a
to,
bunch
like,
of variations on this.
mechanics.
yeah.
No.
But it's apparently, is very well loved, and
Yeah, people are
he's
talking about it.
desperate to talk to somebody about it, so
Okay.
I'm going to start it.
I started
tonight.
looking at a bunch of old Dark Sun
Oh
AD&D
yeah.
books.
The Darkest of Suns.
Yeah, what was that? What was that setting like? That's not the space setting. That's Spelljammer.
that's-
No, it's
space.
Spell-
Dark Sun is Dune, but magic is illegal, and all the races are different.
illegal magic.
So, like,
Yeah, well, because
so there are a couple of sorcerer kings and a sorcerer queen, and no one's allowed to fucking do magic except for them.
Well,
well,
yeah, that's
and
what you
because
want.
because there's also in D&D terms there's 2 kinds of mages now. There's
Yeah.
preserver mages, which are just regular D&D mages, and then there are
Defiler?
defiler mages,
Ooh.
which are regular D&D mages, except their XP curve is like half of the normal curve, because every time they cast magic, they
kill
kill
something.
all the trees and plant life
Wow.
around them.
So it's
Yeah,
also
so
probably
it's
easy
sort
to
of a
figure out where these
Dark
guys
Sun
are
is a
operating.
post-apocalyptic setting.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
because
a magical apocalypse.
because the whole setting is like a vast desert, and they're like, oh, why is it a vast desert? Because a bunch of people decided they wanted all the magic, and they
Defiler
said
magic.
fuck everybody else, and they defiled the entire fucking world.
That's some worm shit.
They also like figured out, or not figured out. There's also like elves,
Yeah.
are different. They're like
All-
sort of
all the-
savage.
All the
And
races are
they-
twisted.
All the
and
races are
different.
different. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
the
elves run. They won't. They think it's beneath them to ride on a beast,
Oh.
so they just
okay.
run everywhere in these big packs.
Yeah,
Mm.
and they're also considered very lazy by all the other
Elves?
races, because elves refuse to work, because elves have a very unusual conception of time. They live in an eternal now.
Oh.
They don't dwell on the
Oh.
past, and they don't consider the future.
Okay.
So like the concept of like working to like sustain something for the future is like
future
totally
is yeah.
totally foreign.
What
to
do I
them.
need
Totally,
right now? Okay.
totally pointless. What do I need right now?
Yeah.
Like maybe what I'll need, like maybe like a little bit tomorrow.
They can
or
think
whatever,
they
but-
can think about tomorrow and not 5
but
minutes
like
from now.
but like yeah, like 5 minutes from now. But it's
they
hard.
can keep a
They-
sandwich for tomorrow if they.
They're not like totally stupid, but they're like but it's very difficult for them. That is not how
No.
they're built. You know.
Yeah.
They live in the now, and then like the dwarves all have like something called a focus, which is like every dwarf is obsessed with something. And it's like if they can't be obsessed with one thing anymore, then they'll pick something else to be obsessed with. And they call it their focus, and they spend their entire lives working towards their focus.
And
That
I
sounds
think
like a
there are no
Dorothy thing.
gods. I think there are no gods,
No, the
and so you
clerics.
got like
The clerics are
your
all
clerical
elementals.
paladins, and
Yeah.
or they draw power from a sorcerer king.
Yes, because the
Oh,
sorcerer
okay.
kings
Sure.
are all extremely powerful creatures
God
that
creatures.
have tapped into some kind of weird power that can grant clerical spells to their worshippers. So they have a bunch of clerics who are also like their secret police and enforcers called Templars.
They sort of invest a piece of their power into a person
Yeah, like a
who's in
god.
their employ. Sounds pretty cool.
Secretly, all the sorcerer kings are dragons. They're dragon human
Yeah.
hybrids. Yeah, in Dark Sun, when you become in D&D terms a 20th level Psionicist Defiler,
Oh,
you can start transforming yourself into a dragon.
into dragon form.
And it takes 30 levels, and when you get to 30th level, you become like the stats on these things are just like out of control. Like, oh, like 12th, like a great worm red, 1,000-year-old red dragon from like regular D&D. Get the fuck out. Get your bitch slapped ass
No.
handed to you by the 30th level dragon. They're like, yeah, like
Red
out of
dragon
control.
and ain't no shit.
They're antediluvians, basically.
Ain't no shit.
Oh,
Ain't
yep.
no shit. Yeah, and like there's one 30th level dragon in the entire setting, in the entire world, and he basically rules
And
the
that's a
world.
sorcerer
And,
king.
well, and all the sorcerer kings are his bitches.
Oh, okay.
They're his servants, and they're all like 21st, 22nd, 23rd level guys, and he's the 30th level one. And he doesn't let any of them else, any of them advance
Doesn't let
their
them get
dragon.
XP anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't let them advance their dragon transformation any further. He's like, you guys all got to stop where you are.
Yep.
But there's a whole book of like 20th to 30th level stuff in Dark Sun of like how elemental clerics start transforming into literal elementals with like vast powers over their respective elements, and like
I feel like there's some cool like Morrowind-esque stuff in there too, with like big bugs.
yeah.
Sounds like there would be some kind of big bug. It sounds like
There's
this is
big-
where, there's.
Oh yeah. There's everybody rides around on bugs and lizards.
Yes.
Dark
Fucking
Sun
yes.
is very specific about like aesthetics. Like there's no horses, there's no like all of the regular like there's no horses, there's no goats, there's no like all of the regular like mammalian kind of life that you would normally find. Like just kind of replace it with like lizards and insects. Like people ride around on like either giant, sort of like
Beetles.
ostrich like bird things or like
chocobos.
beetles. Yeah, chocobos, except scaly instead of feathery.
That's cool.
And like or like raptors, and like or like big bugs, stuff like that. And it's like there's no metal. The metal
that's a
has been
cool element.
used
I
up.
forgot about
Okay.
So
that.
it's like like people are using like wooden clubs and like bone and obsidian and stuff for their weapons, and they
Dragon glass.
the steel weapons and iron weapons are greatly prized,
Incredibly valuable.
incredibly useful and valuable.
You find a candelabra and you're like, this is a treasure.
From imaginary docks to impossible blocks, from a town that never was to the space between your thoughts. You're listening to WMFB Bloodwork FM, WMFB Bloodwork FM. Best talk, best news from nowhere and then. You're listening to WMFB
No, first of all,
Bloodwork
there's like I was reading this
FM.
one supplement that I had never seen before, but there was like, oh yeah, there's this whole area that's like half of a continent that was destroyed by a vast lava flow, and all of the cities and all of the nations and everything that were there were all killed, but they're all still there, just undead now. And they fight constant wars with each other on this frozen plain of black glass. They don't realize that there's a rest of the world out there because of like the natural barriers between themselves and the rest of the world. They think the entire world is dead like them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's so much that I know about like the D&D setting that the Dark Sun just kind of feels fresh. I know it's super fucking old.
I was reading like the books, the novels that were coming out in like I think in like late middle school and in high school. It's very 90s. It's very edgy, D&D edgy shit. But maybe that's why I love it.
Yeah,
What's that guy?
I didn't read any
Most
of those D&D novels.
of all,
Which guy?
Dark Elf with his magical sword and his tiger and
Oh, the Drax Drizzt. Is that who you're talking about?
Driz
Drazit?
Driz
Duarden.
Drizzt Jordan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the best. I loved him. He was the most goth, the most
yeah,
weeb,
the most
the
90s edgelord.
the most
Fucking
90s edgelord ever. But actually, what was good about him? For all his edgelordness, he was not an anti-hero. He was straight up lawful good,
Yeah.
and he acted
Right.
like it. Oh, actually, it was
Yeah.
chaotic good, but he was a
Okay.
good guy. He was a
Yeah.
fucking good guy, and he acted like it.
Just edgy.
He wasn't
about it.
like, he was always like, oh, I am set apart. I am an outcast, a dark elf
Yeah.
in the world of light. Everyone hates and despises me, but I must work on for the sake of the goodness in the world,
Yeah, I choose good.
He was in a video
Yeah.
game a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bad. Like I don't know if it was bad, but it was just a hack and slash Dungeons and Dragons game. But it was like there were like
Oh, that's
3
sad.
playable characters, and I don't know if the other 2 were from those books with him. But
If
Oh,
he's a
well,
playable
yeah.
character, the game should just be you push one button and you win.
oh yeah, he's an overpowered type of guy.
Is he like he killed all orcs in a battle?
All of them,
Yeah, I think.
all
he's-
orcs.
He's he's a ranger. He's in D&D terms. He's a high level ranger. He's got an invisible panther who follows him around and murders people.
I didn't
Like,
recall an invisible panther in the game.
He's got
I played.
He's got an invisible magic panther. He's got
That's definitely overpowered.
he's got a pair of magical scimitars. So he had 2 katanas before it was cool.
No trench coat though.
No, black cloaks though, and
That's
hoods.
true. That's true. That's very
Hoods
close.
and cloaks. That's the D&D equivalent.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in a lot of books. I can't try to remember all of them. Icewind Dale series, that was decent.
That's what the
And there
game
was
was
like
about.
Oh, it was Icewind Dale. So
It was
with the other
Icewind
2
Dale.
characters, Wolfgar and
Yep.
Catti-brie.
That's right. Good job. Those are the
Yeah.
3 playable characters in the video game that came out 3 or 4 years ago. Yep.
There was a dwarf in that party too, but he dies in one of the books, and it's a big deal.
There may have been a dwarf in the game. I feel like it was.
There was
Those
like
3
in-
spring to mind though that you mentioned.
In the original trilogy where Driz was like sort of introduced, it was like him, Wolfgar, Catti-brie, and there was like a dwarf whose name I forget now. And I think the dwarf dies at the end of the first book or something like that in a big heroic battle, and it's a
Sure.
big sacrifice, and it fucks everybody up. Everybody's like, "Oh no, our buddy is fucking dead! Oh,
no,
no!"
our buddy did a big heroic sacrifice.
It's very D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they killed your character because you did something dumb.
You fucked up.
It wasn't even something dumb. It was a big heroic sacrifice.
Oh no, yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's the standard. The standard way to die in D&D
Yeah,
is being stupid,
Yeah.
or if your DM runs the Tomb of Horrors.
yeah. So there's a couple different kinds of ways to play D&D. In Dark Sun,
there are
Dark
a
Sun
lot
is
of
very
ways to-
high
In Dark
attrition.
in Dark Sun, they ask you to make 4 characters when you make your character,
That's
so
fun.
that if somebody dies,
That's
you can
really
just
good.
jump in with a new character.
And it's great because that's also
cool.
that establishes the attitude of the type of game of what we're going to be doing. Like,
Yeah.
it's like that you're going to lose a couple. Like, that's the
There's-
point. This
There's
is gonna
rules
be-
to there's rules to how to die of thirst.
Yeah, man, if you're dying of thirst in D&D, like, you're fucking.
Well, it's like by the time that you're on your 4th character, you're fully equipped. It's like
Yeah.
the first one had armor, the second one had a sword, the third one had boots.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
you get to inherit your guys' shit as they die? That
I like-
would be a fun system.
And I remember reading too, like the cleric spell Create Water. Extremely powerful in this setting, except it creates Half a gallon.
Oh, right.
It's like not enough to keep a person alive for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing. But like, yeah, it's not like I think in the, I think in the there's a whole bunch of other things too. It's like when you read the D&D spells, it's like transform mud to water. There is no reverse for this spell in, or it's like transform water to mud. There is no
There's
reverse
no
for this
reverse.
spell in
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah.
It's like create food and water. This spell creates only half a gallon of water. You know, same thing. It's just like anything
Yeah.
that's like
It
transform stuff to
poisons
water.
all plant life in the vicinity at the same
Nope,
time.
doesn't
Yeah.
do that.
Nope,
Yeah.
it's shitty. Nope.
Nope, doesn't do that. Nope, you thought you could use magic to help survive? You can't.
No.
I mean, you can a little bit, but what you really want is like an elemental cleric of
Of water.
water. Those guys are real good to have around.
I'll play that.
Yeah, that's the heals. Is
Yeah,
the water guy.
I mean, yeah.
Well, you don't
I mean,
want that
even-
guy to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Probably not. No.
Well, I mean, even I think the other elemental clerics that can do stuff that help mitigate like weather and environment damage to you and to the party.
I do think I remember something about like a dragonborn cleric of the sun, maybe.
One of the secret elements is you can be a elemental cleric of the sun.
Of the sun.
Okay, that's what
it's
I
a
want to
big-
do. I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's a big plot point in the novels, and in the whole history of the game, it's like the dark sun. It's like the sun is sort of like a sort of like horrible reddish, bloody.
Oh, it's
color.
actually dark. I assumed that the sun was
It
very
didn't-
bright.
It didn't used to be that way. It used to be yellow, and before that, it used to be blue. But the elemental clerics drew power from it too many times, and that's part of what like changed like the nature of the world. Like the first age was called of Athos was called like the Blue Age, and it was like there was like a world ocean with like a bunch of like islands scattered over the entire ocean, and the only race around was halflings. And
Are they cannibals?
no, they weren't cannibals at that point.
Not yet.
But everything was great until they fucked it up by inventing
shame.
magic. They invented magic, and then they fucked everything up. And then
Hey, so did
I gotta
we.
grab a water.
Yeah.
Be right back. Thanks, guys.
and then it was the Green Age with the Yellow Sun, and then it was just like regular fantasy D&D stuff for
Yeah.
a while,
And then it got worse and worse and worse.
and then it got worse. There was some specific bad guy called Rajat who was like, you know what would be great? Murdering everybody but the halflings. We should do that. I should destroy this whole world and murder everybody with the halflings to give it back to them, and bring the world back to the Blue Age. Yeah. And
It
then
didn't work.
It didn't work. Didn't work. A bunch of people were like, you know what? I don't want that to happen. But the people who said I don't want that to happen were not like the good guys. They were
Yeah.
the sorcerer kings and the dragon.
Yeah, they're like, we like taking power out of the world and killing it. It's useful.
It's because we get to keep living. We realized your plan is to kill everybody but the halflings, and we realized we're not halflings.
Yeah, so put your
Yeah.
guillotines away.
Anyway, yeah, Dark Sun.
It's very environmentalist.
It is. It's specifically. It's not subtle about it.
Mm-mm. No, you're killing the planet and making it worse. Stop. No.
So much worse. The whole planet has been murdered, so that very few people can amass a great deal of power. Yeah. Anyway,
How cute you are.
That's
Look
good.
how cute you are.
it's kind of a theme.
Yeah.
Kind of a theme.
Yeah, it's it's a very human thing to do.
Just absolutely, totally destroy everything around you
Well,
until
hose everybody
it's
that you don't really know,
yeah,
so that the people that you do know, and specifically you, can be better off.
yeah. And if anything gets too bad, you just walk away from the situation
You go somewhere else.
and go somewhere else.
You go to Argentina or whatever.
Usually it's Argentina.
Yeah. Or maybe you go to Yellowstone and you found
Or maybe you go to Yellowstone.
you found Chasm City and the
Yeah.
Glitter Band. And that's great
Yeah.
for a couple centuries until a melting plate comes along. I was
Was the
looking
melting plate
again.
there?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I pulled up this copy of The Prefect.
Oh, yes.
Trying to get
That's a good
this.
one.
Trying to get this. So I don't know if you can see this cover. I'm putting it up
Yeah.
on my face. So
Yeah.
look at how close all of
Is it
the
holographic?
a little holographic, yeah. So
Right.
underneath Alistair Reynolds, this is supposed to represent the glitter band, kind of like all of the habitats and all of the places where people are living, and that's how close they are to each other.
Okay.
And that's what's around Yellowstone, like a whole band of it. And they talk about how in
Floating habitats?
floating habitats full, and each one is its own like little nation. Each one has its own like sort of constitution and little government, and
And did they survive the melting plague? Okay. No.
heck no, it's not called the Glitter Band anymore. Now it's called the
Oh, it's
Rust
Rust
Belt.
Belt.
Ah.
Yeah, that's right.
The vast majority of those were like destroyed. They slammed into each other. They crashed. Millions died. But it's like the Prefect series takes place when before all that happens, and
Yeah.
the Rust Belt. We learn a lot more about the Rust Belt and Chasm City and the Melting Plague and the Fall with the capital F or whatever they call it.
Whoa.
Maybe they don't call it the Fall. Maybe I'm just thinking like that's probably what I would call it if I were
That's
a
fair. I mean,
if I was a stoner, I'd be like, oh yeah, the Fall. And people might be like, dude, that's stupid and overdramatic, but okay, yeah, the
it
Fall. I
has
know
been
what you're
fucking
talking
terrible,
about.
though.
It has been terrible. Maybe in like 20 years' time, as old men, we'll be sitting here talking about this, and I'll be talking about like, oh yeah, you guys remember the 2020s? The Fall?
Yeah.
You're talking about
Yeah.
the fucking fall.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember
When everybody
the
started making
Fall?
bread and the environment healed a little bit. That was 2020. That wasn't.
No, that was I'm talking
That
about
was
this entire
practically
decade.
pre-fall.
Yeah,
I'm
you're talking about the
this
entire decade. It's,
Yeah, the
it's
whole
actually
thing.
pretty
decade.
bad.
We're in the middle
The
of
collapse of
the fall.
civilization that we're in the middle of right now.
Yeah.
What's do we find out more about the mulch? I like the
Yeah.
mulch.
The mulch. The mulch is
Not
just
in this one, I don't think.
No, the mulch is in You find out a lot more about all of this in Chasm City. It's great, but the mulch, the
Chasm
mulch
City
is like.
sounds cool.
I'll be right back.
I mean, you guys have read like Warhammer 40K stuff, right? It's like the Underhive. It's in
Sure.
a hive city. It's like
Yeah.
it's the shitty spot. It's like this is where all the garbage falls. Everything is all of the cool environmental systems we had running this place aren't working right anymore.
Collapsed, yeah. And
Just like the nostalgia for
Stagnant
Infinity is
air.
filling up with the ship slime.
yeah.
Chasm City is filling up with mulch. And it's full of pigs. We didn't find out about
Oh,
the hyper
yeah?
pigs.
Lots
Yeah.
of pigs rooting around at the bottom of Chasm City.
They're what they call hyper pigs.
Hyper
Genetic-
pigs.
Genetically engineered. Yeah, it's kind of horrible actually. It's genetically engineered pigs that are most of them are not like super smart, but some of them are, and most of
Oh,
them are smart
no.
enough to understand. Most of them are smart enough to understand that they were created as like genetic experiments, and to basically be like to like grow human clone organs inside of them so that they could be harvested.
Oh.
Like that's how
Okay.
that's how the race of pigs
That sort of
in
thing, huh?
in Chasm City started, and like now most of them are
Are you
escaping.
talking
They're
about
living
hyper
their lives.
pigs?
Yeah,
Hyper
talking about the hyper
pigs.
pigs, and now they're
Cool.
like sort of living their own lives and stuff. But like, yeah, it's like it's like, oh yeah, they started out as basically a slave race. You know.
Many such cases.
Yep.
Thanks for suggesting this, and thanks to both of you for hanging out and talking about this book.
Hell yeah.
And I'm definitely into moving on to Chasm City and further
Yeah.
things in this series because this is
Yeah,
this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Chasm City. Chasm City also tells us all about Sky's Edge too.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because-
Yeah, I'm interested in where Curry comes from and what their shit is
Yeah.
all about.
I of course picture Skyrim. Just
Sky's Edge
like it.
is I think it's mostly
I picture
big,
Mirror's Edge.
I think it's mostly like big jungles. It's a lot of
Oh,
jungle.
okay.
It's like a jungle planet.
Is Mirror's Edge the parkour?
Yeah, the parkour
Yes.
game. Yeah. All right, guys. I gotta go do some dishes.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks. Hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you guys are
Same.
suffering
Yeah.
well.
Getting by.
Yeah,
Getting
man.
by, getting
Keep
periodically
on
getting enough
keeping
sleep.
on.
Distracting myself adequately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man.
I am
James Bond shit. And that
Yeah,
cool
that
stuff.
I'm
sounds
grateful to be a, a living creature that might be sentient.
Right. Yeah. Sounds
Yeah.
cool.
It's
We
better
appear
than the
to be
alternative.
sentient. We appear to be sentient to ourselves. So
Yeah, that's what I mean.
we're
Like,
gonna have to proceed from.
That's
as
close
if-
enough.
as-
I mean,
as
that's
is-
if that's
as
all you
is-
got to
that
work
is the
with. You
case.
got to work with.
Is
what
that really what that means when they say "I think, therefore I am"?
I think that I might be thinking that I might be.
it seems like I might be
It seems like I might be thinking. Therefore, I might be.
Yeah. Best guess, I'm thinking.
Best guess. Thinking probably. You want to watch some Hot D tomorrow night?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
100.
Let me know when you guys want to start that Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, soon.
Well,
Although
probably
maybe
not
it will maybe
probably
be after
After
Probably
Hot D, I would assume.
after July. Yeah, because
After-
Hot
after-
D3 is starting
Yeah.
Oh,
in-
nice.
In
in a couple
in
weeks.
June,
In June,
Yeah,
June
in a couple
21st.
weeks.
So maybe 4 weeks, maybe 3.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. So, yeah. So we'll finish our rewatch of season 1 and 2. You're not interested in joining us for that, right?
So we're
I mean,
we're gonna do Hot D for a little bit.
kinda. I hear it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, I like that.
Millie Alcock's there.
Yeah, well, not
It's just,
anymore.
like
Not
Now
anymore.
we're hitting the time jump.
Yeah.
the last couple seasons
should do a little
of
bit.
Game of Thrones hurt me so bad that I just was like, they can't make anything good after this.
Well, you know what I
We talked. We talked about. We
Yeah.
talked about that a bunch. We talked about that
But
feeling.
it's really totally. I mean,
Yeah.
this is so different than the Game of Thrones show.
Yeah.
Like the stuff they're doing on like it.
Did
I
you
mean,
watch
I'm
that Seven
talking a
Kingdoms?
little bit of shit about the first seasons of Game of Thrones watching these shows.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, me or
No,
Did you watch? Did you watch
I-
Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
no, not yet. I probably will.
See, that one is actually really good.
yeah.
That one is unreservedly really
let's-
good.
I mean, that story is one of my favorite in the series of
Mhm.
in the universe. I
good.
think it came out right around the time I feel like this is true. I don't know if it's true. It came out like sort of around the time that the ice stuff was happening in Minneapolis, and I was like,
Oh.
a story about someone about like people in power being completely shitty. I don't think I have
Well,
the room for this right
that's
now.
not what the first Duncan Egg story is totally about, really.
Well,
That might
it is,
be what
but
Game
it's
of Thrones is about, but
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
I mean, the Targaryens are not cool.
Yeah, but
No,
they're not
we
really
talk-
there.
No, yeah, they are, dude.
In
We talk
Duncan?
about
White
it, but it's
is fucking there.
yeah.
He's an
Yeah, no,
asshole.
we talk about it, and I was like, yeah, well, I was like, well, that's kind of what I liked a lot about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, because it had a
Yeah, it's
really strong
hopeful.
feeling of fuck the man,
Yeah,
fuck the man,
yeah,
and it, you know,
yeah.
yeah. House of the
Yeah,
House
I
of the
will
Dragon
watch it.
House of the Dragon doesn't feel that way. House of the Dragon feels like, wow, look at all
Yeah.
these privileged
Power hungry
Rich
bozos
motherfuckers
doing their. It's
fucking
more like
each
Game
other
of
over.
Thrones, but it's not. It's just not like the Game of Thrones show, just at all. Like it's just not. It's just
tomorrow?
not the
You
kind
doing
of
it tomorrow?
gritty. Sorry, what?
You're doing it tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah, tomorrow's a good time to get in. We're doing the time. We're on the
yeah.
time jump episode.
Cool.
Where they time jump halfway through through season 1.
So it's a kind of it's a hard starting
Hard
point,
cut.
kind of. But
All right, there's a very good chance then. There's a very good chance that.
You should. It's like hot food is good.